Welcome to Front Loaded as Shit, the game show where we explain plots that are front loaded as shit. Today, our contestant is hyper voice acting, and here's our host, Lucky Jack 20.
Hi everybody, I'm glad to be here, everybody. Yeah, we're having a nice time here. That's my, I do not do a good Drew Carey impression. So, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
I imagine one
that was my
sap
only
in the
contribution to
audience.
this intro.
Just one guy, like, okay, there's one joke I like from Family Guy a lot, which was, it was back in, they were talking about the WNBA, the women's equivalent to the NBA, and they're all, and it shows these two teams of women, and I guess the joke is that it's just not many people watch the WNBA as they do the actual NBA, and they're just going around, it's like, but is all this hard sweat and effort worth it? That's up for the fan to decide, and it's just one fan in the audience going, yay.
Two funny jokes coming off of that. One is, all I can remember is,
oh boy.
Meanwhile, in a universe where there's a studio audience, Adam, where's my banana? Ha ha ha! But only one person showed up. Ha ha! And he brought all his turkeys. And then
I just remember the idea of, like, in a world where in the world where dinosaurs exist and are invisible. Is there a dinosaur in this room?
I don't know, but it's entirely possible. But also the other joke is that this one channel I've started following called Fact Fiend. They're freaking hilarious. But they in one of they just talk about really anything, and one of the things they talked about was Big Bang Theory, and they mentioned that one of the funniest things, I don't know if they found it or did, was take clips from the Big Bang Theory, take out the laugh track, but replace it with Titus's laugh. So it sounds like there's only one guy laughing at all
in the
jokes.
background. Oh my gosh! And do they add a muffled effect and, like, lower the volume?
Yes,
so it's
they
in the
do.
distance? That's incredible.
It's great. It's just like
They should do that in more
it's
shows.
just like, yes, but what I'm saying is believe in magic, Muggle. Ha 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 ha!
So, when are we going to get to the game show again?
Yes, let's get to the game show. Sorry,
I was about to say, am I allowed to
that's how the
spin
game
the
shows
wheel
work.
now,
There's always
Pat?
that's how the game shows work. There's always, like, a conversation before they actually start the game. Let's go down. Anyway, so to continue the conversation, I was starting the last part because, as you see, here's just a giant gauntlet room.
A flaming river bots.
We're going to be exploring this whole place, and nothing really exciting is going to happen until we reach, like, the surface area, which isn't going to happen until,
Can I
like,
just
10
say real
minutes
quick,
in.
going back to, like, when you guys were bringing up, like, those, like, that whole skit with the interdimensionals, he's dimension of this and that.
Meanwhile, in an
Something
alternate
about
dimension.
an alternate dimension. It's something about cut off heads, like, if everyone's heads were cut off like turkeys, whatever. So I'm just imagining all those flaming reaver bots are literally just running around making a turkey gobble.
I would love that. See, you say that, I was thinking of what if they made a Mega Man into the Megaverse?
That would be so much fun.
It would.
Anyway,
I would play that.
Anyway, back to the game show, too.
And they're like, this can literally not get any weirder. And it's the Mega Man from the new TV show.
It can get weirder.
Anyway, don't worry, I'm just listening to the voices in my head. No other reason. So anyway, so continuing that story, so Yuna used all of her energy when she stopped Sarah and Mega Man Trigger in their fight and created the stasis fields that protected them. Somehow we got Mega Man Trigger's memories put into a baby, like, Carbon's body, and that's how we were able to grow up and be this age or whatever now. Sarah, meanwhile, was put into a stasis field on that frozen island that we saw in the first couple parts of the game. Yuna, from all that energy, she was dying, and she almost ran out of power.
It's probably just the voices in your head.
Sorry. So then, I'm almost done here. So then she was dying and needed to supplant her subconscious into a body as well. So she decided to use Roll's mother, who also had happened to crash land there, coincidentally around the same time that she had crash landed there with Roll's father. So Yuna took control of Matilda, Roll's mother body. Matilda's, like, conscience, her data or whatever, is somewhere stored safely, and we'll just give her back her body when Yuna's is done. Yuna needed a physical body to move around with, but the issue is that while she's in Matilda's body, she has none of the cool, crazy, like, mother unit powers her old body did.
Mm-hmm.
so we're kind of underpowered still. That's about what happened. That's why Yuna's using Rolls' as mother's body. It was mainly like, I feel like I'm trying to stop these guys from fighting each other. Like, break it up.
Break it up, you two. I'm
You're
the one
both
you want to go
pretty.
after. Oh, you're right.
Anyway, any other questions?
I don't know if it does get addressed eventually in this playthrough. If it doesn't, I guess I can go ahead and ask right now. At any point, do we ever finally find out what the mother load is?
The mother load never existed.
Oh,
I
okay,
guess
so
someone. I think someone may have heard the phrasing of, oh, there's mother units. This key must lead to a mother load, but no, the mother load never existed. The 4 keys only were meant to be used to start the apocalypse.
So meet our guest contestant, Admiral Akbar. It's a trap.
Yeah, so that's why it all happened, and some like legend must have happened with the goddess, with the 2 sisters, the twins, Sarah and Yuna fighting. But yeah,
And they
that's,
and well, of course, Sarah and her right hand bastard literally took advantage of the misinformation. That's why how they got the keys. Thanks, Mega Man.
they made us think that they made us think that they were nice, but yeah, no.
Is it really
So-
our fault if they tricked us?
No, just we should have known better, I guess. The best I can say. Any other questions, Hype? I gotta go grab some dinner real quick first.
Okay, well, I'll try to keep them concise. So these 2 goddess thingies, one of them that possessed Roll, which one of them made Juno?
I guess I would say. I want to say, I guess, would have to honestly be Yuna, since Yuna was the one in charge of Earth, so Yuna probably created the purifier unit Juno. Juno was a purifier unit, or no, he was a bureaucratic unit meant to keep, like, if Yuna, think of it like this, if Yuna was like the president, then Juno was like a governor, looking over all of Catalog's Island.
How about my idea is that that Yuna might have made Juno, but then Juno, like Sarah, found it and rewrote their program.
Or again, Yuna and Juno. Yuna never was working outside of the system. At one point, Yuna was fighting Mega Man. Mega Man, in trying to kill the system, was at one point at war with Yuna. But then Yuna was like, "Wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. Why would he be fighting?" Period. So after a while, Yuna kind of maintained a more neutral position where she wouldn't try to fight us, but she wouldn't try to help us either. She just kind of watched as we fought Sarah.
Right.
So Yuna probably created Juno, and in Yuna's eyes, Juno probably was completely in the right at one point. But yeah, even when he wanted to kill all of because Juno's whole purpose was to be population control. He wanted to wipe out Catalog's Island because in his slumber, too many carbons had repopulated and inhabited Catalog's, and he wanted to trim it a bit
Too much carbon energy is dangerous.
with a hammer.
Right.
So, in
From
other
space.
words, he was basically about to do a snapshot.
Yep, but yeah, fortunately we stopped that. But yeah, now we're fighting the things that have been running the system since it was created. That's the thing. So the ancients were the original people who created it. We don't know what happened to them anymore, besides that they probably all died out. And the Master was the last one of them, and we're just fighting the caretakers of the whole system. I'm gonna be right back. I'm eating some rice.
Okay, so do I direct all future questions to James until he gets back?
Sure, why not? I'll do the best I can.
Okay, so I guess it's easy to assume that like one of those 2 goddesses made Juno. I'm trying to remember. Did Juno make all? Well, actually, no. Wait, Juno was just a part of the system. I was about to ask like if it was he or one of the goddesses that made all of the other Mega Men.
I assume it was honestly, I was always under the assumption that like all these units weren't even were made by, again, the ancients, like the pre-humans. So that's why they're all out and about. Like I don't think like say Mega Man, Trigger, or Juno. I don't think they were created by the mother units. I think they were literally just created by the ancients to assist them.
Okay, and I'm trying to think. Data, like, since he was part of that line, like, how exactly did Data fit into all of that?
He's basically, as far as I'm concerned, he's just a memory bank.
Who took the form of a dancing monkey?
Yes.
And it's funny, like, we joke about them saying, oh no, it actually literally was a curse. I might need a reminder. Where specifically was it stated that that was a curse again?
It's in some complimentary material. I forget which, but it just joked around with the fact that the reason why he's dancing is because of a curse.
Gotcha.
Where they got that curse, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm
betting
willing to bet it
that
was...
Alright, you know what? I'm betting they say it's a curse, but in reality, I bet it's like faulty programming somewhere.
I'm willing to bet
Goodness,
it is
that rice was hot. I'm gonna eat that rice a little bit later. It's way too hot. I need to give it time to cool. So this seems like a good chance to give it some time to cool. So were you talking about the Reaper units, I guess?
No, we were talking about Data.
Oh, Data seems pretty okay. Data used to be our assistant, kind of like how Geets was the assistant to Sarah. Although honestly, between a monkey and a dragon. Sorry, Data. I kind of want the dragon.
Yeah, I was about to say, he was just explaining that, like I do remember the part about Data basically being... Data, for all intents and purposes, is basically an external hard drive.
Yeah, pretty much. And we put our memories of the Master within him because we did not want to lose those memories, because for all we know, if Sarah got control of Data, if Sarah got control of our memories, then we would have forgotten the whole reason why we would have wondered what we were fighting for. And Sarah could have maybe removed those memories or censored them, and thus we would have had no proof to know that the Master actually hated Sarah.
Right, okay.
I wanted you to... Mega Man, I want you to put my memories and essence into a new robot body. Okay. Why the hell am I a monkey? I meant like a copy of...
Now I'm...
of some
See, now
shit.
I'm...
Why am I a monkey now?
Also, thank goodness we're over. We're done. We're done. We've made it through the service area.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the quarters, the servant
Looks like
quarters.
you've made it to the residential area. Does it bring back any memories?
This is where the Master and everyone used to live.
Welcome
very
to
homely for
the
the moment.
ending of Majora's Mask, apparently.
We use these teleporter pads to walk around this island. This whole place is some weird big map, and it's the center island we want to go to. The center island we want to get to, but all the doors that lead to it are turned off, so we kind of have to do a little roundabout moving. It's not a very long area. Don't worry.
It's just confusing as all get out.
Just keep moving in a circle.
Any more questions?
All? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to think of some, because it's like... I really do appreciate you taking the time to really try to break all this down for me, because it is kind of...
You know what? I'll make one question for you. Origin behind the Reaver bots.
I can only imagine that the Reaver bots exist just like any system. Sometimes a virus can happen. Maybe it was some leftover... You know what? Cool. Headcanon. Maybe it's some last remaining like remnants of Sigma. Some sort of like evil like
Sigma
virus that
or
still is
whatever.
affecting things.
Yeah, Sigma or whatever other big bad preceded him.
And try as they might with the system, they cannot... I don't think the system can multitask. I don't think the system could keep an eye and preserve the life of humanity. I don't think the system could account for preserving humanity and trying to keep itself purified at the same time. I don't think it had enough energy, so that's why little gaps. Here's the Master's house.
Welcome home.
And yeah, Sarah was also pretty jealous of Mega Man as well, because the Master was so much like nicer to Mega Man and liked to be around him more. Also, be sure to activate this. This is the elevator, and with the refractor that we got from inside that dungeon, we can now go back here and fast travel.
Oh,
Yay.
Lord.
Yay.
So I am going to... What is it? I want to go back to Terra. Forget everything. No, I gotta go back because I need to use the materials I got to create the ultimate weapon.
And get more picnic baskets.
Yep.
Assuming he still has... assuming he's already used his, which I doubt.
That is another thing I guess I can ask. Like, not so much related to lore, just in terms of just your mindset when it came to gameplay. Was there a reason you were waiting so long to not use the picnic basket?
No, I guess at the time I was thinking to myself, like, it's so much harder to, actually, hang on real quick. Hang on.
Improve weapon.
Let's see.
Juice this baby up.
Something tells me your attack is through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And you guessed right.
Yep. There we go. The shining laser, and thus we can enter the final gauntlet of the game.
It looks
But yeah,
like...
sorry, I had to type out a response to someone. But yes, I'm so sorry, what was your question again?
Well, it wasn't so much a question, it was more so an observation. The shining laser there kind of looks like those things that... You know how you have those things that you plug into, like, the cigarette lighters in your cars, and you use it to, like... It's basically like a
the
portable
little
outlet.
pluggy things. Yeah. And, yeah. The picnic lunch, I guess I was thinking to myself, like, oh no, these are, like, limited, or it's harder to get these because I have to always go back to the flutter, whereas I could just talk to any shopkeep and I'll just get all my E-Tank energy back for free. Or Data. But Data can't make me picnic lunches, can you, Data? No, Data's not very good, is Data?
You can't even make pizza.
Data can't even make a glass of water.
Oh, fun little thing I saw that was actually kind of cool. So there was a TEDx talk that was talking about a 17-year-old girl who actually managed to, like, do the, like... It's like several hundred kilometers, but it's a giant skiing trek from the coast of Antarctica to the South Pole. And she did that, and she came to a TEDx talk to talk about all of her adventures. And a lot of comments on the YouTube page were saying, "Yeah, make me a sandwich." To which she actually responded by taking a photo of herself with a sandwich, like, here you are. To all the people who said that I should make them a sandwich, here it is. It's ham and cheese. Just go to the coast of Antarctica and ski about 3,000 kilometers. You can go get it.
Totally worth it.
She actually made that entire trek a second time just to take a photo with herself with the sandwich at the South Pole.
It'd be more impressive if someone actually sought the sandwich.
Die!
Holy shit!
Okay.
Yeah, that's
point.
beautiful.
Oh boy.
Now, unfortunately, its weak point is only... Also, look at the lower right. That's how much energy it actually used up.
Oh boy.
This thing is
Wow, it
so
really
energy
didn't use up
efficient.
much at all.
Yeah.
The issue is that his weak point is only out for so long.
Oh.
Ow. Stop it.
What happened here?
Let me shoot this froggy Homer.
Screw this. Actually, my normal attack is pretty good, too. Whoa.
Whoop-de-doodle.
I mean,
So yeah, as you can already tell, you know what? Yeah, one thing I will definitely give this game over the other one, it's closer to a Mega Man game because we got a boss gauntlet.
yeah.
Wait, so it's really like, is it like just like a boss? Is it against like every boss within these dungeons, or just like every?
No,
Just
only
like
the fly.
Oh, well, just,
It's only against the Reaver Bot ones. No, we're not fighting Claymore. We're just fighting the four main Reaver Bots. This
Well, of course,
thing,
when I find Claymore again, he's kind of dead.
he's not dead. He just ran off.
Yeah.
I thought
He
was.
never died.
I
No,
thought he was
on
in
the
that.
train.
I thought he
No,
was
that
in
was
that.
Glide.
Oh, my bad.
And Glide ended up back at the train station anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more so like he got launched away. All the pirates are still alive. Nice. All the pirates are still alive. It's more so that they all just kind of gave up and they're like, "Dude, Bonds, you're crazy. Freaking do this yourself."
By the way,
seriously,
I,
fuck off.
I love how this game is basically going, here's some Zenny that you're not going to use.
I'm going to use it. Just know that you have to backtrack all the way. There's no shortcut out of this whole boss chamber, but I am going to use it because I might as well. And here comes this boss. Well, okay, because we're doing this boss next. But yeah, it's this guy, the jellyfishes, and the T-Rex guy.
Huh? Didn't do an awful lot to that thing.
Let me see.
Yeah, the issue is that all of these bosses have freaking invincibility phases. I hate.
Yeah.
Any other question?
Yeah, because I was about to say, since we're just going through a boss gauntlet, I'm trying to think of if there's like anything else I can ask.
Nuts.
What is the this might seem like a minor thing, but I guess I should probably ask anyway, just because there's probably someone curious about it. How long was the time gap between whenever Trigger was made and when Roll and Barrel found him again?
I cannot begin to imagine how long he had been a purifier unit before he met the Master and became such good friends, and I don't know how long he's been fighting the system, but I do know that, assuming he was found in a baby's body, and remember, stop it!
Oh Lord!
Jesus! Oh, come on, it's the same projectile. And remembering the fact that around the same time that Mega Man got like frozen time was also when Yuna possessed Roll's mother when she was a baby. I'd say probably about 15, 16 years. Just it was around the time that Mega Man got lost in a baby's body. That was around the time when Roll was a baby, and her parents crash landed on the Forbidden Island.
Oh, so I guess in that case, that whole thing really wasn't that long ago.
No, I guess not. But the whole event of what happened and what Elysium was going on, that could have been hundreds of years ago that some of those memories were from. Again, I have no idea how long Mega Man had been fighting the system, and I don't know how long he was friends with the Master, or what he was doing before that. But
So
that's what I can gather.
that's actually one thing that you brought that up. It just reminded me, like, unless I'm just misreading, like, we're talking about how Yuna and the other one, the two goddesses, they were able to, like, possess people. Like, one of them's possessing Roll's mom. So Trigger could do that as well.
Not really.
No, I don't think. I don't know exactly what led to him possessing the babies, but it must have been unintentional. But normally, you'd have to have a lot of control over the like network, which I think only someone like the mother units would have that kind of power to do so freely. And dead. He's dead. Thank you, shining laser. But yeah, I'm gonna have to recharge because I want to use this laser as much as I can in the final bosses. Because not for nothing, given that we have this laser, those final bosses are gonna have some pretty beef health.
Don't they usually?
Let's just say that I've heard horror stories about the final boss in this game.
I'm gonna say this. I experienced this firsthand. Make sure you buy the best armor before you encounter this thing. Fun fact, when I was first recording this game, I did not have the best armor in the game, and I went right into it. With the second to best armor in the game, the final boss can kill you in 3 hits.
Devil damn. So I guess I can also ask that. So I guess it's safe to say that, like, it is harder than that not final boss, but that secret boss from the first game.
Secret boss.
Secret
Like,
boss?
you know, the last time we fought the Bonds, where she's like, "This is my
That's not
best
secret.
one
That's
yet."
that's mandatory.
That wasn't a secret. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
my bad.
mandatory.
But
Yeah,
I-
the one where you fought the one where you fought. No,
Bru-
that
yeah, you
was
fought Bruno.
entirely optional. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. For some reason, I thought Bruno was optional.
No, he's part of the whole thing, and we kill him.
Oh
And
no,
then
he's
we fight
part
the
of the
good-
whole
yeah.
thing, and we kill him.
Yeah, there are no secret bosses in these games. All right, here we go.
But I guess
you're
my
gonna
question
die.
still. I guess my question still applies. It's
Oh, come
this
on.
boss is like technically harder than like the toughest boss of the
Oh,
last
this
game.
sucks.
Logan?
Actually, this sucks.
Logan?
I'm gonna say right now, this actually yes.
Be happy this isn't underwater.
Yep, but I'm gonna say right now, just because they want us to feel torment just a little bit more, in this room and in this room alone, even though she said, oh yeah, gravity's normal down here, in this room alone, oh, gravity's heavy again, so now you can't jump well. So now you're stuck just running around in a circle. It's a running gun now.
Oh,
And they'll become invincible much sooner.
and yeah,
So they
fight
still
two of them.
wanted to make these bosses annoying as fuck.
They don't like this boss for some reason, but it's good to at least fight it in normal time now.
What that's worth.
Yeah, that is true.
But yeah. Anything else? This world is really interesting to me, and it's cool kind of trying to explain as much as I can of what we talked over. Unfortunately,
I know. Like I'm also trying to pick my questions carefully because I don't know if I'm gonna inadvertently
Phew,
ask one
that
that
didn't
does end up getting answered later. So I'm trying to think if I went over all the big ones. Like
I'll say right now. I'll say right now. Genuinely speaking, this game has already used up all of its opportunities to give you one. You can now any question you feel is unanswered, go ahead and ask it.
Okay, well, let me try to like comb through the ones that I already asked. Let's see. I asked about the green-haired people. I asked about Trigger himself, Data, and the whole process of possessions.
Right.
So I'm trying to remember because I know we made a joke about this in the last game. Was it like one of those two that is technically Mega Man's parents?
No, I don't think we actually ever talked about Megan's parents. Honestly, I guess it's kind of screwed up to think about. Genuinely speaking, since we were a Purifier unit that was designed on Elysium, the closest thing to my opinion, the closest thing we have to a parent would actually be Mistress Sarah, the mother unit of Elysium.
I would say the Master.
Because I was about to say, like, I remember, like, Logan made a joke about, like, oh, his parents are just a computer, and Gems is like, wait till Legends 2.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like the Master could be maybe the father of everything, but I think the mother unit would have to be Sarah, since she ruled over Elysium, and that's where we were designated to work.
Yeah, well, clearly Mega Man
There
has
you
mommy
are.
issues.
Yeah, but
But yeah, no,
that's what
I
that's my
honest
opinion.
to God think the closest thing he had to a parent was the Master. I mean, it wasn't immediately obvious by those flashbacks.
Yeah, he cared very much for Mega Man. I don't know why. It's still, it is still never explained why he took to Mega Man in particular, not any other robot. I don't.
Because he trusted him that much.
guess so. Yeah, that's not working.
And as we
Exactly.
already said before, like Sarah was basically like, no, you can't go to the can't go to the surface. Why can't I? Because it's bad for you, and I say so.
You'll die. So yeah, that's about the best I can explain about that.
Okay, I guess I can move on to like minor things. Like, is there ever gonna be a point where Roll's mother here does reunite with Roll's dad?
No,
I don't think so.
Oh,
not in this game.
At this, well, I mean, it's also
One.
kind of obvious though that the dad's moved on to other things.
Yeah, he's found a new life and a new child to take care of. Remember that girl that we saw that we gave that incredibly inappropriate voice to?
Which now that I think about it, it's definitely going to be incredibly awkward if Legends 3 is ever a thing.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
yeah, I'd rather save that for the
elephant
finale
room
because
later.
part of me actually wouldn't mind talking about what could have been for the finale because I feel
Well,
like that's an appropriate place to do it.
That's
That'll
fair.
take a
That's
while.
completely fair.
That may be its own conversation sometimes. Yeah, it can boil down pretty easy. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all of the big boss gauntlet. So with that said, this is it. We are about to approach the library.
Actually,
Before we
you know
do that,
what?
I'm going to go and use all that energy and all that stuff I got.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can
Now's as
do
good time
that,
as
but
any.
You do that, I just realized
Oh,
one
actually-
more important thing. One thing that I don't think any of us have ever really tapped on. This is like the make or break thing when it comes to this franchise's lore.
Mm-hmm.
What became of the Surf Boss' burger shop?
They explained that they I think it was something where like they used bad they used bad burgers. They got bought out in a horrible food like fast food war, the brand wars as we know them as. I think they got repurposed as a Wendy's.
Jerks.
Unfortunate.
Hey, I like Wendy's, okay?
We
I
tried to
know,
be
but
nice.
those surf bots need a job. And they probably
Well,
wouldn't hire
to
him
be,
because
to
they're
be fair,
racist.
for all we know, maybe Tron forgot to get those surf bots back.
She's like, oh crap, we forgot about them. Like, we're so lonely. But yeah, that's about it. That's kind of the best I can do to sum up this lore dump, and it's honestly seemed like the best time as any to do it. So now that we're all sort of caught up, join us for what will be the finale, and we will save the whole world.
So, what I went...
You're gonna save the
Nothing!
world.
Now get out!
What?